Hail, everybody. Welcome to Legion Luna's Meme Stream. Thank you all for coming today. We really appreciate you. It is the last stream of our first year. So let's get ready for next week. It's going to be a blast. Big shout out to a new member who just became a member, Ruben Christopher Haynes. Hail to you, man. Thanks for becoming a member, man. I appreciate you. Known you for a while, so it's great to see you there.
Hey, Ruben.
Nice.
How you guys doing today?
Good.
So.
No, I get you.
What's the matter, Pop? What's wrong, bro? I've been compared to Justin Bieber, so.
Obviously, it's better than
the one in his younger age where you was thinking baby, all that all day. And it's just
somebody clip that, put him in. Somebody clip that and put him in. There you go.
Is this your face reveal for the Legion stream? Yeah, probably. Stream, yeah. I think we only seen your hand previously.
I wonder if Pop's gonna take the same arc. Is he gonna get tattooed and start acting all gangster and stuff in the next couple of years?
Crash a car, break up with Selena Gomez. Just crazy guy. But yeah, apart from that, I'm doing.
Hail the 199. Appreciate you guys. You guys absolutely rock. So let's get started with intros. Devil made me do it. What you been up to this week, mate?
Nothing much. Just getting ready for the show tomorrow. Get ranked. Check it out.
Sweet. What channel is it on?
Beelzehub. And people are having a hard time finding it because if you put in Beelzehub, it goes to, did you mean Beelzebub? Or search for Beelzehub. I'm all like, yeah, that's how I spelled it, goddammit. So you click on that, and then it'll take you to my channel. So
yeah, when you're a new channel, it takes a while to actually be able to search for it, which is silly because it takes the U out of YouTube.
Typical.
Kenzo, mate, what's going on? You getting excited for the weeks coming up?
Oh yeah, I've got the FNT meetup to look forward to, and I've just been having some quality time with the family this past few weeks because we've got all the children off school. We've been having good times, man.
Nice, man. Nice. And I just have to say, behind the scenes, we got a really cool view of his sweatshirt that he's wearing. And I have to say, if you're going to the meetup, go say what's up to Kenzo and give him a high five, get some pictures. I want to see you guys having fun because even though I can't be there, I want to celebrate with you guys.
Yeah, I'll be the guy with the Legion hoodie on.
Yeah, go up and give him
a puff give.
Yeah, go up and give him a high five. You'll get a contact high.
Give Krigler a high five for me while you're there.
We got True Pop Culture, who's giving us a face reveal for the first time on the Legion stream.
Face look at that beautiful British face.
Panel. What's going on, True Pop? How you doing? How'd the first face reveal go for you?
Oh no! Don't zoom me in. Yeah. So basically, I thought you're gonna stop there anytime soon. I hate it already. Like us and the boys, essentially, back in primary school, we all hated Justin Bieber, but secretly we were all jealous that the girls liked him. So.
You're a secret believer. What was it? Belieber, or was what they
believer. Oh god!
Wow.
You are getting me PTSD memories from school. I hated school. I didn't have any problems with the teachers, right? I just hated people. I'm an introvert. So at the London meetup, no one approached me. I don't like talking to people. Jeez.
He's just gonna be alone in the corner the whole time.
Yeah. With his Waller plushie.
Sitting there like Spiegel. I make memes. Leave me alone.
Well, okay. The reason that I'm showing my face, I'm gonna be at the London erotic meetup, and I thought, well, how did people recognize me? That I'm the True Pop Culture 7, the editor, the guy who edits animated highlights, and I thought, okay, it might as well be. Reveal my face. Yeah, it's not as if the paparazzi is going to be outside my door anytime soon. So I thought, hey, why not show my face? It's just a face, you know. So here I am. I've been told by a static on the Dermy stream that I'm very handsome. That was very odd to hear.
You are.
Usually, I don't get those compliments. I'm like, well, where were these compliments all my life? Like, no one tells me I'm handsome apart from your mum. But your mum doesn't count, really, does it? So.
Static was a little drunk and he was trying to score with True Pop. It was.
I was like, I'm not homo, guy. All right.
He said you have great teeth, didn't he? I remember.
Okay. And that's because I'm not British.
Yeah, but he said it like you got a purty mouth.
Dear Lord. Can we move on to CJP? I don't like talking.
Yeah, CJP.
Oh, no, I want
mate,
to
how
keep
you
the
doing
conversation
today?
going. No, I am CJP, host of the Forgotten One cast. Had Nick Weiser on last night. We talked for an hour about classic metal, which was just a fun conversation. And then next week, I've got Itepukuian on, and we're going to be talking about John Carpenter as a composer as opposed to a director. Because now my people remember that he actually wrote most of the music for his films. And I'm just looking forward to getting to know Left Eye a bit more and just having some fun at pop culture's expense.
Nice.
And then singing "Baby" in the back of my head.
I think that's gonna do it to us all now.
Ego. Oh, I met you on the midweek hump, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And I did try and reach out to him to get him on previously, but Saturdays are really hard on people. So thank you, Ego, for taking the time out to come hang out with us. I've been watching your channel. I True Pop Culture, and I love the DC stuff. We're probably going to get into that. Sorry for everybody who goes, he brings it up every stream. But
I like it.
Yeah, there you go. So
we'll have the
Ego,
DC animated.
Do you want to let people know what you do, where your channel is, and where they can follow you?
Sure. All right. Thank you guys for having me on. I am Left Eye Ego. Typically on Saturdays, you can find me with Abomination AG for our Heroes No Capes podcast that goes down at 10:45 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll discuss pop culture, movies, even the occasional disagreement that we get into. Today, we did a tournament for the top intros of all time for the 90s and part of the 2000s. And I've got my own channel, which is Left Eye Ego. I'll just discuss kind of whatever is going on that I want to talk about. I did a review of Justice League War World, the animated movie, and I actually saw Blue Beetle last night, so I'm going to be working on a review for that. That's coming soon. But feel free to drop by, and I'll try to drop my link in the channel as well with the permission of Legion of Memers.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, we did tag you in it.
So
if you put
cool.
the name, you should be able to go straight to his channel. I love the DC animated stuff. Kind of, I don't know. They seem to be on a downtrend recently, but we'll definitely get into that a little bit later because I definitely want to hear Ego's opinion on that.
I can't wait.
Yeah, dude. I'm a little. I'm trying to calm myself down so we just don't jump right into it right now. But
All right.
So, big shout out to Extra Zero because he's been helping me plan the yearly anniversary stream, and he's done far more work than I've ever expected. So, Extra Zero, do you want to know where the people can find you, what you do, and all that jazz?
Yeah, so I'm the producer for the Legion of Memers. So anybody needing to get in touch with us, you can either reach out to myself or No Green Rocks. You can find me on Twitter, primarily Extra08. If you love memes, that's a great place to go. I meme the hell out of side scrollers, as well as the full Aussie. I've been, Dermy was back last night, so I was getting him pretty good. And I have my own show for collectors, Figure Action Podcast. So if you're into Transformers or anything going on third party, unlicensed, we do Marvel Legends, Black Series, Storm Collectibles, McFarlane, you name it, we cover it there. And I'm also on with Devil. We'll be doing an episode of Get Ranked tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Figure Action's on Thursdays. 9 o'clock Eastern, by the way, if you're interested in checking us out. And of course, I'll be here every Saturday. And next Saturday is going to be an epic show. You cannot miss it. It's going to be a fun time, and I really can't wait for everybody to see what we have in store because it's going to be like nothing else.
I shared you a teaser.
Don't get their hopes so high, man. But expectations are gonna be through the roof.
I'm still working on
Damn,
the actual
nice, dude.
guest yet, but yeah.
Fantastic. Can't wait to see it. And we got Dermy hopping in here calling everybody gay.
He's just projecting, yo. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
And speaking
Oh, he was in the back for a
speaking
second.
of gay,
He's always
and
in the
Dermy,
back.
Hi.
Why are you wearing sunglasses indoors?
Hey,
Because fuck
He's
it.
a fed.
Because Dean Kane punched him
Hangover,
in
I
his
guarantee
Lifetime
it.
original movie. Not without my back taco.
Oh my god.
That may or may not have happened. Although it was kind of kinky. How's everybody doing?
So-
The prodigal son has
Dermy, what you been
returned.
up to, my dude?
Traveling.
Yeah.
I went a place last week.
didn't you go somewhere last week?
Yeah, I went somewhere
Yeah,
last
some
week.
anime Suri.
Anime Matsuri, you know,
Uh-huh.
and I drank a lot.
What's new?
Why am I not surprised?
There was a lot that I drank, and
What did you
I
drink?
got to meet some wonderful people.
You got
I
hit
got
on by a
to
bunny
see
girl that he
people like.
shunned? You got hit on by a bunny girl that he shunned because it was a girl.
I also got hit on by a gay guy. I'm not gonna lie, I did get hit on by a gay guy.
Who lost?
Was it aggressive or respectful?
Was he dressed as Ken?
Both.
Yeah, I
A
was
mixture of both.
Jeremy,
And
what-
Lofty is the one that hit on me. Yep. And he was dressed as Ken all weekend long. So
Have you softened your stance on Ken now? Like, I keep trying to convince you that
Ken's still gay, but he's the best of all the characters.
Okay.
He'd much
Probably.
rather stick a Ken doll up his butt than a Barbie.
Why do you have to go there?
You know, I do have footage of Dermy meeting a famous person that was not on his YouTube channel. If you guys are interested.
Oh
in seeing
yeah,
it.
let's see it, man.
Yes,
Bring it
yes.
up.
All right.
Yes.
All right, let's get this up here. Only also make sure we get the volume on because there's volume to this.
Am I going to be ashamed of him again?
Probably.
we always.
Yeah.
When are we not?
So
Real talk though, we did give Dermy quite a few shout outs on last show because he definitely represented the Legion really well at the meetup. So
Yeah, I
Dermy, I'm
trapped
glad
them
you had
all in
fun, man.
elevators and gave them tours. You see, you laugh. That's how I gave Chrissy Mayer and Lila Hart their cards.
Yeah. Did you like call someone? You know, get the list stuck down.
Yep.
Of course,
Mission
of
Impossible
course,
stuff.
my screen sharing is having issues again.
Here, I'll share you something. You guys
We're
can
waiting.
feel very proud of me.
I think it's because I'm not on Chrome right now.
Or
Yeah.
maybe your internet. is
Okay.
So we got this.
Oh,
God! I had to see it last night. Why do I have to see this again?
Oh, that's a
Because-
good
Those shorts.
These are
You're not
these are
seeing
booty
anything. Dermy's ass is completely devoid of any space.
He's got Hank Hill.
Long back. He's got a
He's
long back.
7'2" as well.
and he
Wait, that's
he
his
wondered
back
why
or front? I can't tell.
he
This
wondered
is
why
my
he's hit on by a gay guy when he put out the gay flag here.
No,
Give
so
me
I
ways
got
for
hit
it.
on by the gay guy before this. So
Wow, he was checking you out.
I thought he was in a relationship. Plus, he was older and a little bit fat. So
What did he? Can I ask what he said? I mean, if it's
he started going
safe
like,
to say.
you look nice, huh? Oh my god. He was complimenting my backpack, the clothes I was wearing. It's like,
When you say backpack,
I had a tactical backpack on. And he's just there looking at it like, that's such a nice
That's a tasty
backpack.
backpack. I like
Yeah.
that.
He was behind me doing it. It was getting kind of creepy.
I'd say run.
You take me to the hospital?
Yeah, no problem.
Wasn't that the hospital?
You ever see the movie Misery?
Actually, no.
Then this'll all be new to you.
I'm not gonna lie, that did almost happen at Matsuri.
Apparently, you have a fan.
oh,
Hi,
Steve.
Ben Dermy.
Hey, those sunglasses work again.
Hey, I'm attractive. I'm sexy.
You got options
Right
now.
up his butt.
Look,
all we've-
there are people
Are
that
you
consider
attracted
the patrons at Chuck E. Cheese attractive. So just
all this proves
That's
is
a
that
good point.
Steve has very low standards.
Wait, I know who that Steve is. Shit, that's Static Steve. That is, yeah, he has no standards. So
Oh, if that's Static, then poor True
No,
Pop's
that's-
heart just broke.
the Steve that
That's
streams
the
the
other.
Static.
Oh, streams with Stack. Okay, I thought you meant with
Yeah.
Stacks.
Yeah,
Alt account.
that's
it's
Static's
Steve
brother.
Steve Buscemi putting on lipstick.
Hi, Steve.
He has no standards, none at all. So
I'm just reading the chat, by the way, and then what you be bad is
We're gonna get the
going-
chat in about 2 seconds. Let's finish up the intro, and then we'll definitely get to
what
chat.
else you want to know about me? Come on, I'll open the
Okay,
book. It's been forever since I've been on Let's Talk Blue Beetle and how shitty it is.
No,
Sure,
an
but
intro.
No
really
one bothered
quick,
to watch
We'll
it,
get to
Demi,
Blue
so
Beat. Oh, I know he said the word again.
what?
Real
What
quick,
was-
I am Superman. If you wasn't scared of Green Rocks, leader, creator, and founder of Legion of Memers, you can catch me on the midweek hump, editing all the time, and just trying to make sure the Legion grows because I love seeing everybody's work. We are working on a really special stream for next week for the yearly stream, so be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss that, and you can also follow us on Twitter. I do have a member of the community who also is going to be helping us create a video game character for somebody in the fellowship. So we'll be streaming that. And if you have the notification bell on, you will know when that happens. And you can hop in, ask questions, and hopefully we'll be able to answer. And we want to see what you create. So yeah, so let's get to chat so we can get to the meat. Without chat, we would not be here. So let's show the chat proper respect because y'all
Hail, chat.
rock. Thank you. Skirmitar came in a couple hours
Not
early
today.
and says, "You already know what I will say." Gay, hey, hey.
Late and Danny.
Late in Kenzo.
Who's this dude? Left
right.
Ego.
He's got a good word with words.
I'm memed appropriately in this thumbnail. Shout out to CJP because he
Mandor.
does the majority of the thumbnails.
Mhm.
And
Well,
Wookie
we
be
do the
bad.
show.
Hail the Legion.
Great
Hail to you, Wookie. Wookie dropped a whole bunch of gifted subs last week, so thank you again for that. We got Kenzo, Jiffy Danger in the chat. You talk about the Skirmitar. Yeah.
That's his Australian alter ego.
Gypsy?
He also says, smash that like button, you filthy mutt dogs. Ruben became a member. Thank you very much, Ruben. I appreciate you, man. Wookie the Bad says, if True Pop continues the testosterone therapy, the facial hair might.
What do you mean? I have a stubble. I clearly have the stubble. Like it's not growing like here. Like
You need
ish.
some more testosterone.
Nah, you're
I did
you're almost
shave before the pilgrimage, so
you're
There's
almost as manly as Elliot Page.
Wait, you
Shut
shaved
up.
before the pilgrimage? That was like, what, a month and a half ago?
Yeah, right.
no, 10 days ago, maybe. I don't know, maybe a little more. 2
2
weeks ago.
Oakley, hail, folks. So 2 weeks and your beard still hasn't come in, man. At least get like a Sharpie or something, draw it on there.
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna get to a certain age and it's gonna grow like crazy. You watch. My dad has like
That
a
is
full-on beard, so.
Very, very true. Oculus says, hello, baby boys.
Then we got a special guest in here.
TK?
TK, I'm assuming that's Travis.
That is Travis.
That's our boy Trav.
Hail, Travis.
Hail,
Hello to
Travis.
you too, man. He does have a purty mouth. This is Travis, by the way.
Wait,
It's
we
all
talking
about
about
Debbie. I
me?
hope
We
Debbie.
talking
Right?
about me, or are we talking about
True
True
Pop.
Pop up there?
We're not
I hope
talking.
it's
True
Debbie.
Pop.
I hope it's
Deborah
Debbie.
Worry hopping in for $2 saying, "Yeah." Sun Tzu's Ghost. Donated $10. Thank you, mate. He says, "Hail all. I don't usually do this, but a friend's dog recently fell ill, and the treatment is crazy expensive. If anyone feels inclined to kick him a few dollars. Donation link is somewhere. Thank you all. Yeah, no worries, man. I will.
Wait, why would I kick him? Shouldn't I just hand him some money?
Sunseer, if you have a Twitter handle, let us know with that info. I'd be more than glad to retweet it as well. So,
gotcha. He sent me a DM. We have it in the chat right now, so it should be in there. And I will put it in the private too if you want to just do that. Thank you, Sun2's Ghost. I appreciate it. I hope everything goes well with your friend's dog, because I know how difficult that can be.
Dog is a man's best friend.
Kay says, howdy, K of Melee Games. Hail to you.
I saw this one, but
Steve, yeah, there you go.
Just like without any context, we just said it naturally.
We got our boy Paul in here.
Yeah, it
Paul.
sucks that it doesn't show the actual picture. I know it shows it on YouTube. Paul is a member. I think he was one of our first members. He has all the emotes, which is just awesome, because I figured if we're going to make membership, got to throw some emotes in there. So thank you, Paul, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right. Well, I think that catches us up on our channels here.
Okay. So let's get to the show. I did want to start the show off by wishing Nerdrotic a very happy birthday, because we missed it yesterday. And if you can bring up that cameo link, Extra Zero, we the Legion got a cameo for Nerdrotic from Heel vs. Babyface. And I'm not sure if you guys have seen it on Twitter.
No, I'm too busy looking at the one Jonathan Davis got me.
Okay.
Over and over again.
Here we go. I'm getting it up right now.
Please don't get it up right now.
I already am up.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
There's a reason I can't stand up right now.
Az doesn't know about the back taco yet, does he, Danny?
No,
I think he's aware of its existence, but
no, Az does not know what back taco means, because he says, "Shove that taco into your fucking mouth, you fat ass." At the
end. So here is the video. It's 4 minutes. We might not play all of it, but we will certainly play some of it. If you want to see the full thing, it is on the Friday Night Tights thread, if I'm not mistaken. So, Extra, why don't you give it a go?
All right.
Hey, Gary, happy birthday. This very special message is brought to you courtesy of the Legion of Memers. Yep, we're going in that direction. I just want to say to you, 100 years old today. Oh, come on now. I'm being...
I put 100 in there because I didn't know
100
how old
years
it actually
old.
was.
53. That's pretty incredible. Who knew that you could count to that number with your education? Kicked out of 3 high schools. I thought that was pretty much the number that you gravitated towards, because, of course, not only were you kicked out of 3 high schools, but you spent 3 years in the custody of the state. 3 years where you had your life completely flipped and turned upside down. And that was just Leroy getting to know you in the prison cell. Who knew? But of course, being in prison, that enabled you to bury your head into a book. Again, courtesy of Leroy. Pushing that fucking
All right, Extra, pause it there.
All right.
If you guys want to see the full video, go to the Friday Night Tights thread.
Shout out to Leroy.
Shout out to Leroy. If you guys want a cameo from Az, go check out the cameo site.
Funny.
Just look up Az. They are really good. I warn you, though, if you ask for a roast, you will get roasted so hard, but you will laugh your ass off.
No, really?
so
You'll
just a
get
heads up
roasted?
there.
No.
You'll
Well,
get
it's probably
roasted
not.
on a
This
level
ain't
that
true.
you didn't think you can get roasted on. I guarantee it.
Jeremy got rotisseried.
It was bad. It was a very let's see, they brought in Anime Matsuri, Brony Sheets, Paranormal Activity, and then the back top.
Is that really your favorite movie?
It's not my favorite movie, but I do love the movie. I do think it's S tier.
Some people like shite movies.
Well,
And some people think Tom McDonald is a grifter.
They do apparently, yeah. Some
Okay,
people.
okay, calm down. Shots were fired.
Don't out me on this stream, damn me, man.
So, Ego, I actually I wanted to start off with you, because you're so familiar with the DC animated universe and everything like that. Do you mind going into that and explain to people why you decided to cover the DC universe, what your passion is about it, and just let the people know what it is you typically talk about?
I mean, I really do like it because I really, honestly, really love Greek and Athenian mythology. You know, they would have their standard gods and goddesses that would either represent, you know, the battle between humanity and the gods, or some people that would be in between. So when you look at some of the DT characters, a lot of them kind of are parallel. You know, you see your oh goodness gracious, I'm going with Heracles. To me would be Superman. I think Athena to me would be Wonder Woman. Hermes would be the Flash, and so on and so forth. And so for me, I like the idea that heroes actually embrace the fact that they technically are gods amongst men. Whereas you'll have Marvel characters, their biggest, I guess their biggest trials will be with what goes on the inside of them. You know, should I even, what do I have this battle that's going on? Should I do it? Should I not? DC characters more like you're a god, kind of act like it. And that means that because if you're a god, you have to protect the people from the monsters. And so I like the parallels because it lends itself to a lot of Greek and Athenian mythology. So when I actually read these characters, I'm looking for those parallels. And so I think that they do that the best when it comes to their animated movies, because you can actually show that a lot easier than trying to show it in a different medium with like a live action film. And, you know, and it just looks cool. So cool. I'm not going to lie. It looks awesome.
Well, I 100% agree with you, especially when it comes to the mythology part of it. I find that the DC heroes are pretty much all powerful, but they're also not perfect.
Right.
And we get to kind of, in the DC animated universe, we get to actually know them as human beings a lot more. For example, Ego, most of you probably know this episode, when Batman and Ace were sitting in the swing in the Justice League animated universe. Like, you really got to know like the character, and like it's just, if you want to know these characters better, highly recommend the DC animated universe. And on that, Ego, I did want to ask you, what is your favorite DC animated universe movie?
Man, Batman Under the Red Hood.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's the correct choice right there.
You know, I would say the one that, looking back, the one that makes the most sense to me is Batman Mask of the Phantasm. But the minute I saw Batman Under the Red Hood, I've never seen someone have that much animus towards Batman that knew him. Usually it's these guys just going after him for whatever reason, but the way that they had Jensen Ackles voice Jason Todd, he was so angry, but he had every right to be angry at him. So, I mean, even when he was like, hey, look, I'm still going to run this drug ring, but you're not going to deal with kids. So, like, hey, there's a morality component there, but he is absolutely pissed at Batman. And he wants nothing better than to either take him out or say, hey, you need to take out the person that took me out. And just, I didn't know what was going to happen. I still haven't read the comic based on this. Shame on me. But when the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, what is going to happen here?
Oh, and which one would you recommend people go into for the first time if they're going to be watching the DC animated universe?
You know what? I kind of say go in classically to understand how things have evolved. So I would probably say go with Batman Mask of the Phantasm first, because they like to show these movies where Batman is just in solitude. He doesn't need anyone, doesn't want anyone, but there's a version of Batman that really wanted to live a normal life. And you see that in Batman Mask of the Phantasm. It's very humanizing to see him. If you're going to go after that, I mean, man, I would say Batman Underneath the Red Hood, because that was just, it hit so hard.
Yeah.
It was amazing, man.
Unlike any villain is just so engaging, because at the end of the day, Batman messed up, and in his messed up, he created his own worst enemy, essentially. And
Right.
It is so poetic in that way.
Well, he
Of
did it.
of the flashbacks he gets towards the end of looking at the Robin costume. That's a permanent thing on my conscience right there. And
He didn't really mess up. He didn't do it right. If you
Mhm.
want to, like, he was trying to train Jason Todd similar to Dick Grayson, but he didn't realize that you can't do that with everybody. So I wouldn't say he messed up.
I think the one thing is I guess when you look in, depending on which comic book you read, like I read the run where Dick Grayson is Batman and Damian Wayne is Robin. There's a flashback to where they said that Batman would dye Jason Todd's hair black, so people would still think he's Dick Grayson. And they're saying it's part of the reason why he has that little white forelock now is because it actually messed up his hair. And so it's like, you tried to make me so much like Dick Grayson, you didn't accept the fact that I wasn't him and I wasn't going to be him. And so it was like, there's a lot there. Like Red Hood and the Outlaws, if you read it from like either New 52 or Rebirth on, like it actually flushes out the Jason Todd character so much more. It's a great read.
So since you're keeping up to date, you have heard that they're not redoing. Are they redoing it or they're remaking Mask of the Phantasm in like hyper 4K?
It's a remaster.
It's a remaster. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Like the Ultra HD essentially on
thank God.
on Blu-ray.
Yeah,
So.
just a 4K remaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
You excited for that?
In a long time.
I'm still recovering because I thought you said remake.
You triggered my trap card. Oh wait.
That movie is so popular, by the way. They're apparently
Phantasm?
going to make the lady I can't remember her name. Damn it.
I know
They're
you're
going
talking
to make her an actual love interest of Batman in the comics. That movie is so popular because that movie had original characters, and whatnot. And
several characters from the Batman animated series were original. Harley Quinn. There was another one that ended up being
Renee Montoya.
Yeah, Renee Montoya. But there was another villain, I think.
They made her the Question, though, didn't they?
I don't know. I thought he had to run in the 90s, but he may be original.
Livewire was a Superman one, but that's another Diniverse one that's become, a comic
That's
book.
who I was thinking of.
I'm pretty sure Mr. Freeze, maybe Heart of Ice.
No, Heart of Ice.
Heart of Ice made it more popular, though.
Mr. Freeze's origin in the Dini stuff was retrofit into.
It was changed. It was retcon. Technically, he became a completely different character, and Heart of Ice was nominated for an animated Emmy or Oscar, one of the
Emmy,
two. Like
Emmy,
nice.
Which was not heard of at the time.
Yeah, especially for being direct to video as well.
So, Ego, you've been keeping up to date with a lot of the DC animated. Where do you think the future is for it? Because from what I've seen coming out, they've been a little bit lackluster.
Mixed bag.
That is my opinion. It's totally up to everybody what they decide, but from the ones I've seen, I've been a little bit underwhelmed.
I will say this: it's fair. I will say that watching Warworld, I was like, well, hey, I'm watching this because you're telling me that animated movies that are connected to the Gunverse are going to get theatrical releases. And the only movie that I remember that was a theatrical release was either Batman Mask of the Phantasm or Teen Titans Go to the Movies. So they don't do it often. So I'm like, so for what you're telling me I'm going to get, Warworld for me is going to be the preview. And so, first of all, I liked the fact that even though we know it's 3 separate scenarios and when they're trapped on Warworld, I really liked the scenarios that they put them in. Like they had, I've never seen a gunslinger Wonder Woman ever. Batman the Savage Land was actually kind of cool. And Superman as a special agent was great because one thing that I don't think that either animators nor directors do is show you Clark Kent's intelligence. Like if you read Superman Earth 1, they tell you he's so smart he can actually do anything, but the one thing that he can't really do is kind of fake the truth. So when he tries to be a journalist, they're like, yo, this is crap. You need to do better. And he's like, wow, someone actually told me that I actually should do better at something. I can't rely on my natural Kryptonian gifts. I should become a journalist. And so the fact that in the scenario for Warworld, he's a special agent, he's trying to look at the clues to figure out, hey, there's an alien in this diner. Which one is it? Am I going insane? Or is there really an alien here? I like the fact that they said, hey, Clark is actually smart on top of being Superman. And so seeing all those scenarios, seeing them use different gifts that don't necessarily have to rely solely on their powers was actually pretty good. And I think that if you kind of take that as a template and put that into future animated movies, you have something. On top of that, the movie was rated R. Like, I don't think many people caught that. And I think it's mainly because of Wonder Woman's gunslinger scenario, which is like the first 20 minutes. Like, I would actually watch a gunslinger Wonder Woman movie. I hate Elseworlds, but if you told me Wonder Woman as a gunslinger with like the actual misogyny of the Old West, I'm all for it. It hit me that much.
Huh. And did that come out on HBO Max?
I'm not sure. All I know is I rented on YouTube for like $6.
Oh,
I think it probably is on.
I haven't seen that one yet, so
yeah, it's a cheap watch. It's like an hour and a half, maybe an hour 40 minutes. The voice acting was pretty great. Jensen Ackles as Batman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jensen Ackles as Batman is the one.
Yes.
He wants to play him in live action in a new gun movie, so
he should.
I'm okay with that. The problem is, like, we all wanted him to play Red Hood, and he did that for the animated movie, but we wanted a live action one. I think I know Ego probably saw this when he did the cosplay in the Red Hood outfit.
Yeah.
Like, we lost our shit. We were like, we need this now. But Jensen's getting old, unfortunately. Yeah. So it might be a little difficult.
So now he's old enough to play Batman. That's kind of funny.
Right, and that's what I said. You would have to have someone that's young and angry looking. And I'm not sure how you can get that. The only person I can think off the top of my head, and honestly, he actually fits the roles of several different characters, is the kid that played Robbie Keane in Cobra Kai. I haven't seen anyone else that young that could be that angry and have that much of vendetta.
Young
would
and
actually work.
You'd need a good director, though. I think
very good director. Yes.
Yeah, I think he's a little stiff at times in the Cobra Kai suit, and you need to get someone good to get some good stuff out of him. I wanted to ask as well. Have you heard of? There's been two animated. There's been like 2 animated movies announced. A animated Watchmen story and a Infinite Crisis, I think, is what they were leading up with Warworld. What are your thoughts on those essentially?
I mean, it's gonna be weird because I know that when I think that when the video game for Watchmen came out in the early 2000s, they did the comic book with the storyboards that would move.
Yeah, they did the motion comic. I still have that on Blu-ray.
I love the motion comics.
Yeah, I'm like
insanely good.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I mean, I already saw it, so I mean that for me was the comic book movie. You can't really do anything different, and then the live action was live action, so I don't know what you're going to get by making the third version of something that we've seen at least once. But I get it. You're trying to go off of popular IPs, which is smart because you can do that all day. But I wouldn't be as interested, I guess, as compared to Crisis on Infinite Earths. I guess it was a very popular arc. You want to play it, that's fine. Me, I would rather have seen the Sinestro Corps Wars, so that you could have actually explained the rest of the Green Lanterns. The Green Lanterns are actually my favorite kind of group to focus on, and my favorite Green Lantern is Kyle Rayner because he got to be the White Lantern. So for me, it's like, well, hey, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to show us what life is like in space, if you do it through the eyes of the Green Lanterns, you can cover just about everything because they're in darn near every sector of space. So, I mean, if you gave
Earth has like 5 lanterns as well. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's like, you could tell me, like, if you do Kyle Rayner, because he wants to be in the White Lantern, he has to train with all the lanterns. So he actually has to know what it's like to be greedy, to be angry, to be compassionate, to have actual anger. It's righteous anger. So you can see him go through all these things. But I mean, if you want to focus on what was popular and that was a great comic, that's fine too. It's just for me, I would be more interested into doing the Sinestro Corps War because that gets you into, all the lanterns coming together to actually defeat the Black Lanterns for death. And then you could have your whole, birth of whatever new universe you want to have after that. But I mean, again, if you want to choose the popular one, that's cool too.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I don't imagine
actually,
you enjoyed the what's it called? I can't remember the one Mr. Bug keeps telling me about with
Superman
Jon
and
Stewart
Lois?
and no with Hal Jordan being
I
the
know what
villain.
you're talking. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Which one was that one?
I can't remember.
Greenland. Jon Stewart was the
Yeah,
main
Green
character.
Arrow, Jon Stewart, and then Hal was the villain essentially.
Hot Girl was in it.
It was weird.
Parallax was the villain.
Yeah.
It was weird because that's the exact, not the exact arc, but that's Kyle Rayner's arc. Like he becomes a Green Lantern and has his first opponent is Parallax with Hal Jordan. And so I was like, well, hey, I'm just watching you rip off of Kyle Rayner. And Kyle Rayner is actually a more interesting character to me than Jon Stewart. I love Jon Stewart because his constructs are always solid because of his military background, the fact that he's an engineer. That's great if you want someone to lead the Green Lanterns. You can't tell me that he would be the last of the Lanterns because he would be one that would actually perish in the fight. Kyle Rayner may have made more sense. So for me, I'm like, I guess you're trying to show me the origin story for goodness gracious, for I'm blanking. I'm sorry, guys.
No,
for Jon Stewart, but like this is a Kyle Rayner story, and Kyle Rayner being younger, an artist, inexperienced, not necessarily confident in himself, being gifted this ring and actually having to go up against one of the best Green Lanterns ever is more compelling to me than, hey, go fight Jon Stewart, Parallax. So, I mean, did I watch it? Yeah, of course. But, you know, that's what I'm thinking while I'm watching it.
Yeah, I think people were complaining as well as how ham-fisted Hal Jordan's turn to villain he was, essentially. And
yeah,
he wasn't great.
Hal Jordan is my favorite, so it's not really that pleasant to see him just, he's a villain now. Yeah, sure, you know, whatever.
I don't know. Jon Stewart is my favorite.
Same.
You know, just because like he has, like people haven't really gotten to his like military background, and I think it'd be a pretty cool thing to do that in an animated movie. I know we did it
in that movie. The movie that we're talking about, they kind of showed parts of his military background that he wasn't A-okay, but he was also very solid in what he did, and he knew what he needed to do. And
well,
he
I
figured
know
out that ring fast. Like, god damn.
I know in the Justice League, I think was it Unlimited, where they went back in time. He fought with a bunch of Marines during World War II. Like they showed he didn't exactly need a ring to do everything he needed to do. But definitely go check that out. And I highly recommend, if you like Green Lantern, there is a really cool audio company called Graphic Audio that has a Green Lantern Heroes Quest 3 books. Ego, I did send you a DM.
Thank you.
If you want to check that out. But these are some really great audio books with almost like radio play sound effects, but to a level that you haven't seen with like different voice actors and everything like that. So if you like audiobooks, go check them out. I've listened to all these books over and over and over again.
I'll take it. Yeah, that works, man. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And let me know if you like it, because I love geeking out about it. I'm actually listening to all these books in the car.
Dude, I drive 2 hours every Monday one way. This will definitely help me. Thank you.
Oh, dude, then you're gonna love Last Sons. It's with Lobo, Martian Manhunter, and Superman. So it is awesome.
Then did you see Warworld then? You didn't see Warworld,
I
right?
have not seen it yet.
You're going to like Warworld.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to like Warworld.
So I'm taking I'll come back to you if it's no good and be like, what the hell, Ego? I can't believe
I appreciate the feedback. I'll take it, man.
But so how many of you guys saw Blue Beetle?
Me.
Okay. So if you
no one.
Extra Zero, if you can bring up the opening weekend from the pop culture section.
Yeah, so let's get into this one, because this one surprised me to read.
What?
Well, you'll see.
Patience, Jeremy. Patience.
So
if anybody says it was good, they're wrong.
Unfortunately, Blue Beetle now has
apparently it wasn't.
of being the worst DCEU opening of all time. Outside of the pandemic's Wonder Woman 1984 debacle, even Shazam 2 debuted at $30 million. So what was the actual number on Blue Beetle this weekend?
$3 million.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
oh,
No, when I looked it up yesterday for Ballbusters, it was $3 million. I can look it up one more time because
I'm
it
looking
probably
it up
has
now.
changed a little bit.
Those were
Okay.
just the Thursday numbers, right?
This comes from Variety. So
preview.
let's head over to
It's sitting at
Variety.
about 10 million right now.
Look at this. Yeah. Blue Beetle barely buzzing past Barbie after $10 million opening day. Strays looking hangdog. I didn't realize Strays opened up. My wife and I wanted to see that.
It's funny because I do know a lot of people really do like the character of Jaime Reyes and the Blue Beetle.
Yes.
I know that people actually care about the character, so it's not because of the back your screen notepad is showing, mate.
Let's see.
Crap.
Why
that's
left
what I get
eye?
for not sharing a screen.
Why is left eye black? That's the only thing that I saw.
Now I do timestamps. There's nothing bad on here.
It's not because people don't like the character they're not going to see it. I think that people saw the trailer and like, what the hell is this shit? This is not the Blue Beetle I know. But from what I've been seeing, the guy who actually played Blue Beetle did a pretty good job.
Did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask a question though first? For people that said it wasn't good, what are you measuring it on? Are you talking about like purely box office, like acting? I just want to know like how we're measuring it first.
I think they were talking about the story and the fact that they relied heavily on stereotypes. In order to kind of push their point.
Some of the acting and overall the stereotypes, like it was just
without spoiling, which stereotypes we talking about here?
Blatant Mexican racism, blatant Latina racism throughout the entire movie.
Does it make a difference if I'm in the movie with Mexicans and they're laughing their what's off the entire time?
I don't think they will because they have whole.
I'm saying I was like.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, my wife and her closest friend, who is Mexican, she was in there. We're all laughing our balls off because it was hilarious.
Wait, your wife is balls?
I think.
Oh, so she's my kind of wife. Okay.
I walked into that. Well played.
I think it's the like you said, the stereotypes, like Chrissy pointed out, where he walks into the business
Reception.
And he's in a suit, and he's not, his hair's done and everything, and she's all, deliveries are around back, and it's all like, that would never happen.
It wouldn't. That was dumb. And and I'm saying that the fact on top of that is the fact that he said his name was Jaime and she called him Jamie.
Yes.
That's also dumb. That would never happen. The problem I had was certain things that we're saying that are really obvious and dumb that were in the movie. The guy that did this wasn't white. The same race of guy that's making the movie for this race did the dumbest things. I will say there were plenty of dumb things there I did not like. There's a character that he specifically made up for this movie. I'm not going to say who it is, but I saw it and I was like...
The main villain.
Fair,
All I'm going to say, because I did do a video on this, because the main villain already came out. People have talked about the main villain is a original character based off Bane because he wanted to do an all Latin, whatever the fuck I have to say.
He should have.
A whole crew. He wanted Bane, but Bane's not a Blue Beetle villain,
right?
So he made his own villain.
The problem is the fact that all he had to do was read the last 3 volumes of Rebirth that had Blue Beetle because there was a Latina actual supervillain that's in the comics. He could have used her. That's why honestly the problem I had from the get-go was the fact that they moved this out of El Paso and made a fictional city.
Yeah.
And like, oh, we're going to make it El Paso street that you live on to pay homage to El Paso. That's whack. So I said is if you made it there, you didn't have to make a white villain just to make it so that everyone that's not white is an ally going against the evil white lady. That's the problem that I had from the get-go, but you should have used a Latina villain instead. Not Bane. That's dumb.
What kind of villains does Blue Beetle have? The only one that I know of from watching Young Justice is the black Beetle.
Reach.
Well, yeah, that's the Reach. That's the extraterrestrial, that's the extraterrestrial threat. So I'm trying to figure out her name. Give me 1 second here.
I mean, he was nice and intimidating. I'd just have him, and but then it'd be like a complete MCU rip-off. Blue Beetle fights evil version of the same guy.
That is what it was.
Yeah. That is what it was anyway. So why not have the Black Beetle, who's a lot more intimidating?
Well, I mean, like the Black
because
Beetle,
it was. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The Black Beetle plays into like a Reach storyline, the origins of the Scarab, and is actually very intimidating. Is a great villain, but you want to say that's your final villain.
Her name is Ladama. That's the actual one. That's like she's supposed to be like drug lord, but she becomes like the person that kind of more or less runs El Paso. And so for that, I said that actually makes sense. It's a local villain. Everything stays within the city limits, which I will say, not giving anything away, but they did so well. They didn't have to go out of outer space for this. They kept it regional. And they tell you from the get-go, like the movie parallels between what happens when you have family, when you lose family, or when family is not in something that's high on your priority list. So that was all three of those are going at the same time for the movie. In fact, and I'm telling you, the movie was hilarious. George Lopez's character, say what you will about what he said about Batman being a fascist. When I was on the stream on Friday night with the Royal Rumble, I don't know if it was Joker's voice or Shadowhawk that said these executives and directors and writers are dumb, but they're not stupid. They knew exactly what to say to get you upset and triggered enough to talk about, I'm not watching this movie because of what George Lopez said. But I'm saying when you watch the movie, he's the conspiracy theorist uncle that believes that they're going to get caught for any little thing that they do. And I'm like, if you watch the whole scene of what he's talking about, there's a reason why he says it. It's not specifically just go ahead.
I disagree because he does say it just to take a shot at Batman. Because
he does,
when he's saying it,
he's
again, I'm not trying to spoil it, but he's
Go ahead,
he's sucking the dick hard of another character. Very hard. And he goes like, Batman's a fascist, but this other guy, he's funny.
I didn't know it was that kind of movie.
But it makes sense though. It makes sense. It's like no one likes the fact that in the original Titan, when the Titan show came out, the guys were fighting. All you hear is F Batman.
F Batman.
Right? Everyone was like, "Oh my god, I'm not gonna West seat that F Batman." I'm watching the scene. It's like, you know what? I'd say the same thing. I'd be upset too. Like if I pull up and I'm about to take these guys, and they're like, "Yo, where's Batman at?"
Wait, Ego. But would you shove a pair of gardener scissors in someone's crotch to be extremely, extremely edgy?
What?
That happened. Robin, right, grabbed a pair of gardening scissors and shoved it up someone's crotch.
I would do that. I'm not gonna do that.
I would do that, but I'm also not Robin.
Like as soon as that that was, I think, the scene that just completely threw me off the show, like altogether. I'm like, if you're gonna be this edgy, last time, like go back to Snyder, maybe get his phone number. Like, geez, like it was so.
If you threw a batarang and it was in his butt, that'd be hilarious. That is as edgy as I'll go. That'd be fun. You know what I'm saying?
Straight in the back, Taco.
Right, I can do something like that, but I'm not gonna do garden shears in your crotch. That's like, come on, bro, chill.
A butterang at that point.
Yes, a butterang, exactly.
That's
butterang,
Rorschach would do to maps, not really. Like I don't see the point in here. It's just
when you said butterang, Dermy lit up.
Wait, pull up Bad Takes comment real quick.
Yeah, so Tina says, I'm upset that James Gunn removed the post-credit scene when Ben Affleck's Batman calls Lopez's character to talk to him about being called a fascist.
I would take that scene. Being called a fascist and then having that scene, I would have accepted it all. Because it would have at least been funny.
But I was thinking about this last night because I know people would bring up the fascist thing. I'm just like, how many iterations of Batman do we have where he actually becomes the things that we're saying that Lopez's character shouldn't have said about him? Or how many versions of this do we have about Superman where he goes rogue and takes over the world and becomes the fascist? So I'm like, I mean, if there weren't that many versions of him that do the exact same thing, I'd have a problem. But there are, so it's valid here. And it is to put down Batman to exalt another character. I get it, but it makes sense to me.
To your point, though, when has Batman ever been a fascist in outside of like maybe Owlman? And you know,
there's been like alternate universes versions of him where he.
Well, that's Bruce Wayne. Because
like Bruce Wayne himself has done.
Okay.
Some heinous things, but usually he's doing it for a reason. Like there's a reason he's doing this, and 9 times out of 10 he flips on a dime.
Because Superman is more inclined to become a fascist.
Yes,
you know?
Superman is the one that usually becomes. Superman's the one that usually becomes the fascist. Batman's the one that's usually fighting against it, but is kind of more smart about it and is working from the inside
because
out.
The dichotomy is, you know, in the case of Superman, it's the whole cautionary tale of absolute power corrupts, and you know that's Batman he's smart.
He is the absolute power,
right?
That's what I'm saying. He's Odysseus, so it makes that's what I'm saying. Like back to the whole Greek and Athenian mythology, he's Odysseus. He's the smartest one amongst the gods. So it's like it makes sense, but it's an easy thing to make him the dictator. So.
Metastep, are you serious? You don't know what a fascist is?
Well, I think he's joking. It's a tongue-in-cheek thing because they've rewritten the definition of what fascist is.
You know what? You're kind of right because technically we're all fascists.
Wait. Doesn't fascist just mean I disagree with you?
Well, technically, fascism is the lucrative merger between corporation and state.
But we don't want to talk about what it actually means. Okay, we don't want to do that.
I thought a fascist was that cop in The Big Lebowski that threw the mug.
Hey man, you're a fascist.
I thought Hank Hill was a fascist because he didn't give a hippie money. That is an actual moment from an episode.
What is a fascist? Is it a Charlie Chaplin? Is it a disagreement? Who knows?
It's anyone that makes fun of the shape of Jeremy's butt.
Right. Wait, but dude, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like jumping in, but like Jeremy, what didn't you like about the movie? Was it, like again like story
I think for me it was one way overuse of these neon blue lights. So that's more of a nitpick. I'm not gonna lie, that's more of a nitpick, but it was everywhere, and it's I just got tired of it.
Okay, too many good Mexicans.
Yeah, too many good Mexicans. There was
clip that.
Clip it. I don't care because what I'm also gonna say, I have some parts of the movie that I did enjoy, but it was the overall story. It didn't feel cohesive in some areas, and it just felt forced in others. Right. And then like when they first met
Jenny Cord,
not Jenny, Jenny Cord, that scene's just stupid all around. Like, oh my god, wave at her. She's not even looking at you and you're talking on the phone, but you're waving and it's like she doesn't have time for us. No, she's not looking at you. She doesn't know you exist. But then when the first like showdown between the big bad guy and Blue Beetle happened, why aren't you running away? The two of them are just standing there.
Freeze, flight, or fight. Guy, he froze. Freeze, flight, or fight. He froze.
But he's standing there talking to what's her name? The Cord daughter, going like, "Do we run? What do we do? What's happening?" As the guy's barreling down on him, it's like, what the fuck?
That's fair. Like I will give you that. That's fair.
There's moments like that are just like stupid. Now, I'm also going to give it some praise because it didn't demean Blue Beetle. I didn't like when the beetle attached to him and everybody's freaking out, and I didn't like how
that was the funniest part of the entire movie. Are you serious? That was hilarious.
I didn't like it was overreacting to an extreme degree. Like it was kind of it was cringe in some areas.
You wouldn't react the same way if you saw a beetle crawl into someone's body like that and someone just shaking violently.
Is it true it crawled up his butt?
I don't think so.
That was so funny though. I will say this. They got away with so many F words because it was in Spanish in this entire. They dropped like at least 5 or 6 of them.
I can give them that. That's awesome.
That was smart. I was like, yo, they even said at least 5 or 6 times. I was like, what you put for the subtitles is not what he's saying when it comes to that curse word. But it was like, that is smart.
It was meant for HBO Max originally, if I'm not mistaken. Like it was originally going to be a direct to streaming movie.
Looking at that box office numbers, that probably might have been a better idea to put it on there.
I will say this. I will say the writer's strike actually helped this movie because the director, if he kept talking, would have screwed this up even worse. Him talking is the worst part of this entire movie Some of the things that he's talking about are in the movie, and I guess it makes sense. The only thing is the whole like imperialism comment. It's in the movie, but it's directed in another way, which was hilarious.
It's directed at Hillary Clinton.
Dermy. No, Dermy. You're saying you didn't think it was funny with Grandma, which pulled down the pigtails.
Oh no, I did like that scene.
That's what I'm saying.
That scene was
that was cool. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. There's scenes that I did like. I did like how they didn't demean Jaime, because Jaime is one of my favorite characters. Because I grew up with this guy through Batman: Brave and the Bold. I connected with him at a different level.
Yeah,
I like that he wasn't demeaned. I like that you had a good dad.
Yes.
A dad that wanted to do good by the family. Didn't like that somehow you guys for the longest time haven't tried to, become citizens, but okay. Then I did enjoy the fact that he gets the girl in the end. And damn, she's fine.
What?
I guess. Yeah, I got you.
Like, there's certain tropes in there that they use from classic hero things that are like, okay, you hit these things. I kind of like that. And there's parts of the family dynamic I liked, but in Jaime Reyes' Blue Beetle, it doesn't make sense because the Blue Beetle doesn't know friend from foe all the time. When it first interacts, it only wants to protect Jaime because that's the way it stays alive. So when you have, like, when the beetle, when he's changing and stuff and doing all that, like attacking everything, he actually probably would have attacked his family. That's a huge thing. Is he wants, because he can't fully control the beetle at all times, he leaves his family because he cares about his family so much.
That is
that dynamic.
The thing that I found interesting about Blue Beetle, like, I can't remember who told me this, but that the scarab itself it's not a good piece of technology. It's technically very evil.
It just wants
to go back
to
and forth. Yeah.
It really just wants to keep Jaime safe. It is from the Reach, but I think I'm doing this off the top of my head. I think the Blue Beetle is kind of flawed. I think it got damaged.
They show you in the intro scene, like when they're showing the credits at the beginning, they kind of show that.
Yeah, it got
yeah.
But also, like, in like canon, I'm trying to remember it because I think the Reach
go back and forth. Yeah, they make it either alien tech or alien tech infused with magic. It goes back and forth because Dr. Fate pulls up at one point in the comics. So I don't know if they knew which one they were going to do, so they just said do both.
I usually just stick with like the Reach storyline because that just
it makes the most
easier.
Sense.
Plus, it's similar to a Reach around. So
yes, absolutely. But when it comes to like the scarab itself, this scarab I believe is actually damaged because the scarabs are supposed to be like 100% you obey the Reach, and the Reach is a conquering force.
Right.
They act benevolent, but in reality they are a military force that wants to take over all the galaxy.
Like Invincible.
This one is damaged because it doesn't connect to the Reach right, and it only knows that it wants to keep Jaime safe because if Jaime dies, he's out of luck. He needs to find a new host, and so, in some instances, the scarab can get killed too. So it doesn't know friend from foe. It only knows attack, kill, destroy. That's why when they were going up against the big bad guy, and you had the blades and the whole dynamic of kill, 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 that actually worked because that was what the scarab would do. The scarab, when it's in control, it solely thinks about killing. Jaime's the one that ends up saying, I want to use unlethal.
I know, but the scene before, they tell you, like, the bad guy's like, we have a problem because this is happening. And I'm like, at that point, if you're what they said you are, then I can see one saying kill and the other saying we shouldn't do this.
But that's like a dynamic of Jaime and the Beetle. That's why that scene works.
It works. Yeah.
And then they just quit doing it. Well, until the very end.
So you guys have mentioned Brave and the Bold a couple times, so we got to keep it moving along. But there is some. No, you're fine. There is some news about the Brave and the Bold movie. Did you guys hear about this?
No. What's this piece of news?
So this is interesting. I didn't know this was in the pipes, and I also didn't know that this director was attached. But you guys know who Andy Machete is.
Yes.
Sounds familiar. Can't remember it off the top of my head.
And of course, my StreamYard's doing the thing again. I think I need to clear all my.
I think StreamYards is just fucking up.
It has been, yeah.
There we go. So Andy Muschietti, the director of It and the Flash, which was a big, probably the biggest box office bomb of the summer. He's
hang
been
on.
fired.
Let me stop you right there.
Whoa, let me finish reading.
I don't think this is accurate. I think it's a joke.
Are you serious? I thought he was. I thought he was going.
I don't think it is.
Well, what's the story before so we can all have an opinion on it?
Yeah,
Bob?
damn.
All right, I'm
Bob,
the
shut up.
researcher here. All right.
Jesus Christ!
Here,
shut
wait.
up.
If it doesn't
Damn
come
it,
from
Justin
James-
Bieber.
Here we go. So Andy Muschietti, per this story, has been fired as director of Brave and the Bold, replaced by Sam Raimi. Let's go ahead. Sorry, Bob.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be accurate. All right. I'm trying not to mislead. If it doesn't come from James Gunn, it's
So
wonky.
there's several people, several outlets reporting this out. Again, I'm not familiar with Neb's good takes here, but Joe Blow has an article from June 16th saying that Muschietti was going to be the director of Brave and the Bold. We can pull that up here. I'm assuming, given the timing on this news about firing and bringing in Sam Raimi, it's probably still in the rumor mill at this point.
I don't know. I'd be interested to see Sam Raimi doing the Brave and the Bold. I feel like his take might be a bit more light-hearted.
What's up, Demi?
I'm trying to think because Sam Raimi doesn't work well with studios. So if he's allowed to have freedom, it could be done well. The thing
He
is,
worked pretty well with MCU. He did what they did, and he was a good boy there. So.
No, because he did what he had to do. And when it comes to MCU, they just cast directors. The movies are already made. They don't actually make the movies anymore. So when I'm looking at Sam Raimi's work, I'm looking at Spider-Man for the most part. Spider-Man 1 and 2
that's what I'm thinking.
were really good. 3 sucks because the studio got involved. So when you look at that, because he doesn't work well with studios, when you take that into account, that's why MCU sucks. If he's allowed to have freedom, this might work, but Batman and Spider-Man are completely different characters, completely different dynamics. If you take a look at the Evil Dead side, maybe, but even then, it's not that over the top.
Raimi is a big Batman fan, and the iconic kiss scene that happened in the first Spider-Man movie, that was snatched directly from a Batman comic where Batman and Catwoman do exactly that. Wow.
So Batman's hanging upside down?
Yes.
Great.
I'm the knight.
That graped.
I think Raimi. I think the thing that's kind of the sad reality of the industry right now is that superhero movies are kind of fizzling out, and I hate to see somebody like Sam Raimi, who I don't know how many years left he has directing in him. Then again, I said that about Clint Eastwood years ago, and here he is directing his last movie again.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So. His last one wasn't so good.
I didn't care for Cry Macho all that much.
Yeah. Cry Macho. Even the name.
Yeah.
Richard Jewell, that was perfect. I love that.
When it comes to the idea of superhero movies failing, I don't agree. I think it's just bad storytelling.
I think it's a combination of multiple things. I think it's bad writers, bad storytelling. You have actors, directors, and producers that run their mouths and say things that do not entice people to see the movie because they're trying to insert things that people that have nothing to do with the movie, and posture themselves in a way that's obnoxious to even the most neutral film goers. And then also, I think that one of the bigger problems too is this. I've always been against a big universe. I think that if you have a story you want to tell the story. That's why the DCAU works so well. It's so accessible. It's just, we're going to tell the story we want to tell. You don't need to have a big origin story. I think people are burnt out on origin stories.
Yes,
they're not burnt out on
I can agree with
that.
They should make origin stories, put them on HBO Max, and then have people see the movie.
That's a good angle.
Well, you got that, but also you got I always take this to anime. You have My Hero Academia, super popular, #1, all about superheroes. They only did one real origin, and they're just telling you a story. yes, it's a big universe. A lot of characters are in there, but here's your story. You're not going to go, oh, let's go find this character and do his whole story. No, they have supplemental comics for other characters that aren't going to make into the anime, but for the most part, it's just about Deku.
So, do you guys think, with the Blue Beetle money run, essentially, do you think Aquaman 2 will save everything from box office fatigue and,
Listen, I think Aquaman 2 will do better than Blue Beetle. I've actually been 100% on the train that Blue Beetle wasn't going to do well. As a Jaime fan, the area that DC is in right now, you can't introduce a Blue Beetle.
Well,
okay, so here's the thing, right? First Aquaman had a mainly female audience, essentially. A lot of the female audience went to see Aquaman. And I've similarly overestimated the female audience when it comes to like stuff like, I don't know, Barbie. So it could... Aquaman 2 make some money, Jason Momoa in a white shirt.
Depends. How many times is he shirtless, and how much is Amber Heard in the movie?
Jason dropped a $2 super chat and says, "And don't retcon the origin and muddy it up."
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fair.
Yes.
Yes, fair.
100% fair.
So we're a little bit past the time we normally do memes, but I say let's.
We had a good conversation. Shut up.
All right.
I'm the captain now.
The captain?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a captain now.
Extra,
captain.
let me know when you're ready. I'll run the clip.
All right. Let me go ahead and get us queued up here. And let me make sure that my StreamYard is not... I specifically switched browsers. And there we go. Okay. We're working. And I've got the meme break clip already. So, without further ado... All right, so let's get into him.
Oh shit!
Wow, well done.
Well, you don't look like Justin Bieber no more.
When's Tim Pool having you back on? Out of curiosity.
Hey, True Pop, can you say 69 for 69 in Polish?
True Pop.
No.
Culture.
We saw that already. I dropped some Dermy memes in here.
Oh, I didn't see that one last night.
No,
I love it. I love it. It's King of the Hill themed. I'll take it.
that suit actually suits with that mustache,
When
that's Bobby Hill. That's Bobby
that is in Louisiana.
Louisiana going to the Dallas Cowboys game where Hank's got to kick a ball through Alamo beer.
Well, he's got to throw one through and
throw, and he does. Yeah. I love King of the Hill. I know every episode like heart.
I just thought it was great because I was like, I gotta. After I donated on Streamlabs and I found out your government name, and I was like, God, that sounds French.
It's Celtic. Celtic.
God, that sounds French. I was just like, well, and then the quote about the window seat is like, oh, that's a tiny chair picture right there.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Then,
God,
I love that one.
Jesus.
Last night on Ballbusters, talking about people at conventions paying to walk on you.
Did you guys hear? What's the nickname? Gorlock. Did announce that she's into black guys. Essentially, she only dates.
Thank God, Ego, you can have it.
What's going on?
Who's got a fiance?
So, Ego, you better watch out, mate. Like, I feel sorry.
Wait, what? What's going on? What happened?
We're talking about Gorlock the Destroyer. She's only into black dudes, so you're more than welcome to take her.
On behalf of the African American community, we would formally reject that trade.
We need a written letter for that, dude. Written letter.
This is Jeremy going to chop with Gal at Montgomery.
There's our cucumber.
Yeah, we found that out last night that Dermy went underwear shopping with Gal and he bought a pair of girls' underwear.
We both bought underwear. We both bought booty shorts. Hers say, "Can I slither in?" Mine say, "Suck my balls."
Right.
Okay,
Did you just
that's
go
fine.
in there and it's just like, yeah, I'm getting it for my girlfriend, or did you just say, no, I'm getting it for myself?
No, I get it for myself.
It would be great if he said he was buying it for his girlfriend, because
I'll
then
sliver in and suck your balls.
getting booty jerk to say,
I have an anime girl drinking boba, and it's like suck my balls, and it's on my ass. I love it.
but if you're
I'm
buying,
I'm not gonna lie, my wife has a
Extra
pair of those
zero.
too, so I bought them last
Extra
year.
zero, refresh the page.
refresh
So
it.
does that
Oh,
mean
yeah.
that people are going to be sucking your balls from the back? Because obviously they're going to read that.
You know what? Whatever
Rusty
happens,
trombone.
So yeah, last night Dermy announced that he wanted to he would love to sleep in a race car bed. Yeah.
Oh,
The best
I
part was
still
he
want
wasn't even really drinking last night either. And he was just,
No, I was drinking. I had about 4 or 5 shots, but I was still sober when I talked about that.
Yeah, I got your paranormal activity.
What guy doesn't secretly want to sleep in a race car bed?
You can't sit here and look at me and say you guys never wanted a race car bed. You cannot do that.
When I was 5.
Yeah.
There's one more that
Yep, I'm getting it.
Kenzo dropped.
Oh, there's that's fantastic. All right, True Pop.
Oh, what
Are you
now?
You ready for this?
No.
Can you give us
Everybody together?
Baby,
baby, oh,
Oh wait, or is it that, or is it I'm on a finger bang bang you in the night?
Yeah, I
Oh
think
my
about
God.
you every night.
Oh my God.
his album is just it's spelled Polish, but it's POL and then POLE-ISH.
I look like after 5 drinks and good God.
And we didn't think he could get
I
whiter.
I've never
drinks,
seen
huh?
someone wear that much white. Like,
Actually, I had a question. Who said they're Polish?
True Pop.
He's
He
British,
pretends
but
he-
he says he's
British.
Polish.
Yeah,
born
Dude,
and
I
bred
got-
yeah.
he's ashamed
Okay.
of his
Oh,
English
I-
background.
All I was gonna say is, dude, I might have to tell you my last name at some point because apparently one of my patients that I said tell me there's a town that's in Poland with my last name, so I might have to make a trip. Who knows? We might be related.
Ego, are you an optometrist?
Yeah, so you're loosely Polish,
Nah.
right? I might be related.
He actually he's like, "What's your last name?" And I told him, he's like, "Yo, are you Polish?" And I was like, "We're here for hearing. You need to go see an optometrist and ophthalmologist for the vision." I don't think so. I don't think we're related. And so he wrote it down. He's like, "Yo, it's a town in Poland. You should look it up." And I did. And I was like, "Oh crap! It really is a place in Poland. That's my name minus 1 letter." So I'm like, I probably should check it out at some point. But no, I actually deal with ears. Ironically, I got hearing loss on top of the vision loss. So I call myself Henry Keller sometimes. You know.
Well, I thought you were Nick the lawyer there for a moment.
Extra zero. Can you bring up this next thing?
No, he
click
can't.
button, make anime.
I'm the captain
Yes.
now. Extra zero.
So
kick.
you
rocks.
guys know me pretty well, and you know I'm into learning as much as I can and creating new things. And I wanted to share this with everybody. I'm not. I bring them up all the time. Have you guys ever heard of the Corridor Crew?
Yes.
No.
No.
Corridor Crew are VFX artists that have their own
I'm
YouTube
pulling your leg.
channel
We have
and
heard.
decided to make their own anime. Now, they are
Oh, I've seen
putting a kind of communal challenge up for you to make your own anime using a lot of the programs that they have. They have like walkthroughs and everything. If you're subscribed or if you are part of their website, there is a full in-depth tutorial starting from the first step to the last step. And if you guys want to enter and potentially have your work shown, I would definitely recommend it. And even if not, because I'm even going to try it on my potato of a computer, and even if it doesn't work, I'll still have learned something new. So,
You'll be
Ego,
catered.
in fact, I'm surprised you've never seen this before, but
I have a great idea. Can we
so
make
have
you
a look at
Hermie
this. It's a short.
Kai?
Like, this is basically you just film it in the green screen and you can turn yourself into an anime character. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I never know what somebody who has never done this before can create. And I love seeing new things out there. People just crafting their skills and getting better. So this is something I want you guys to consider. If you haven't learned something this week, start learning something next week, because I can't wait to see more of this stuff out there. I really want to work on something like this, but for the fellowship. And
it obviously looks cool. It ain't my style of anime.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
I'm going to be honest.
Style of anime.
Parts of it look good. Parts of it
they're
look
using
like complete shit.
They're using AI rendering, and
So
AI
sometimes it's like
anime can look
eyes
really
and-
cool, and they're using it in a way to like clean it up. But this is like, as an anime fan, it's not my type.
Have they made hentai yet?
Oh,
yes, they
Lord.
have made hentai anime. I mean, hentai.
I'm actually surprised that's what everyone's gonna be using it for. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, absolutely. We're gonna anime our porn videos.
Exactly. Everyone, check your browser history. It's gonna be on the hub pretty soon.
Everybody will be like, I didn't expect him to eat the back taco.
That's pretty cool though.
Really?
I like that. That sounds pretty cool though. So I mean, are y'all okay with using? Are y'all okay with using like AI to clean up things out of your actual like original stuff, as opposed to just asking to do something and it's spitting back out to you?
I'm okay with both, because both are basically, sure, you might not have the physical talent for it, but if you can make something that's kind of your own idea and you create it in AI, I'm totally fine with that. If you use it as a tool,
only going to get better as well.
Exactly. Use it as a tool to help you create what you want to create, and that's the whole point for me, is to use it as a tool, not as a complete crutch.
Yeah, I'm using my AI right now to make my perfect Wi-Fi.
I've seen some weird stuff in terms of animation. I've seen people use AI upscaling to upscale it to 60 frames per second, and some of the in-betweens that it creates are off at the moment. But then I've seen like it develop since then, where you've got people that are just doing keyframe animation and then letting the AI do the in-betweening. And again, it's a bit ropey, but you can see that it's going to develop. So if you're an animator and want to save some time, and it does get to the point where you can, do your keyframes and it would in between for you, I don't see how that's unethical, really.
Okay.
Personally.
I don't know. Would you guys be interested in making your own anime? Like, you personally made it?
I'm trying my best, man.
I'm not open to talk about
Well, listen, not all of us are as talented as you, Kenzo. Okay, so
I will say this: I am working on my own manga.
Nice,
man.
I want to make an Isekai with Dermy, but instead of like the hot anime girls that they always have, it's just giant tacos that attack them all the time.
Huh. Okay.
Not back tacos, not front tacos, just tacos.
Yeah.
just actually tacos. No, I'm actually not gonna lie. My wife says I'm already pretty dramatic, so this will be right up my alley. I'd work with this. It'd be great, honestly. As a tool, it'd be fantastic. Like, is the software free, or do you gotta pay for it?
Most, if not all, the software is free, and that's what I'm saying. If your computer can handle it, I highly recommend it, because worst comes to worst, you pick up a new skill that you can learn. You don't even have to enter; just go in.
Worst
and
comes to
learn
worst,
what
you break
can.
the PC.
Well, yes. Well, don't jinx me, Dermy. My computer is barely having a time running this damn StreamYards.
God, you're a bad Jew.
Yeah,
I'm guessing they're using a combination of like different programs. They're not just using one AI program to do everything.
It's
like
funny because the Legion does the same thing, right? Most of us use free programs, and we stitch everything together to make the thing that we want to create. And I think that kind of necessity creates more talent out there, because you have to work a lot harder for whatever it is that you're trying to make. There's a lot more passion in between it.
Well, I think this might be on the topics, but have you seen the Turtles thing that's out there?
Yeah, actually, Extra Zero, can you bring up the Turtles video?
Yeah, let me go ahead and get that up now.
And there a Donatello one too?
Yeah, there's a Donatello.
I don't know. I only saw one, but I thought it was freaking amazing.
They showed it on the back of the U earlier, and it looks really good. It looks seriously good. It got me more hyped. It got me more hyped seeing that than I did when they done the character reveals for Mutant Mayhem.
Here, let's read about this.
People...
Yeah,
there you go.
This is from John Likens, and he has a goal to make a film or an episodic series. So this isn't official, just for anybody wondering.
Ooh, that looks
just cut the audio
smooth.
Here.
So nice.
Is this CG?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is CG, but
it might be using Blender.
Yeah.
There you go.
What's Blender?
It's
it's another program you can use that is also free, if I'm not mistaken.
It might not be. I'm not sure.
It looks
beautiful.
CGI. There's small things that you can tell, but it is hard to tell. This is CGI done freaking right.
Yeah,
looks good.
I can't tell if there's anything. It's interesting because the lighting is really good here.
Yes,
the lighting's good. The textures are spot on.
There is going to be a Last Ronin game as well. Have you guys heard about that?
Yeah, for sure.
And
if you just look at him, the way the camera pans round, you wouldn't think that that's an asset stuck on a background. It just blends seamlessly. Like
Mephisto is saying Blender is free, but the assets aren't. So just keep that in mind.
That's it, because you can build your own for sure. You can build your own assets.
Yeah,
and they're free, but there's like databases online, Ego, where you can go and get. Some of them are free. There is ones where you can get like backgrounds, and if you were building a scene, for instance, you can get furniture, and you can get there's spaceships on there. There's people have made up rotatable characters and stuff, and some of them are rigged already. There's creators out there making assets specifically for Blender.
Hail Cold Classic Cage. She says, "Hey all, Mephisto movie reviews sent me here. Hail Mephisto, man. Thanks for hopping in chat after your show, man."
It's the same as most stuff. Some of it's like licensable, some of it's free, some of it's you just pay for it outright.
But if you have an iPhone, there are apps where you can actually take proper video and create your own assets. So it does. As I said, for a lot of stuff the Legion does is we stitch a lot of free things together, and where there's a will, there is definitely a way. So you can definitely figure it out. It just might take you a little bit longer.
That's right, everybody. If you want to get a nice back taco, there is a way to do it.
From payment.
Not always pay. You don't always have to pay for it. Okay, there's some, give
they're giving it away for free.
So there is the test footage for the Donatello as well. If you guys want to see that,
I definitely want to see that.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
It's fire.
So this one you can definitely tell is more CG.
Wow. Yeah, bear in mind the guy's putting it out as test footage.
It would also
I like how it's hard to tell, because there was a period of time in gaming that was becoming harder and harder to tell.
Yeah. But I still like how this walks the line of being stylized, and yet it looks grounded. There's like a realism to it.
True.
He doesn't move super fast. I mean, he's a giant turtle.
Right.
And
those things are heavy too.
Yeah.
It's not as refined as the other one, and does look a bit more like a game cutscene, but you can still see that it has the potential.
I think the other one, the benefit, and this one is from 7 months ago, but the other one had the benefit of having more dynamic lighting, whereas like this one is, I mean, we can go back to it real
daytime.
quick. Yeah,
it's very clear.
Yeah,
maybe a little overcast, but it's daytime overcast, so it's just a bright light. So that other one had fire; it was darker, also wet. So this one not as much. Amazing how lighting can make your CGI look fantastic.
Yeah. There's also that trend
MCU.
at the moment where they're mixing 2D animation with the CG for effects and whatnot. Like they did in Arcane and across the Spider-Verse, and
they've been doing that in several anime as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do it right.
Yeah,
it
looks
to make it look
yeah,
beautiful.
Arcane. Look at Arcane. It looks spot
Arcane
on.
is just a glory to watch. It's a treat for your eyes, and the story is fantastic. Oh, it's so. When is Arcane season 2 coming out? I want it now. I want to know what they were hinting at.
But I never even played League of Legends either, and I still connected with the.
I used to play League of Legends, but League of Legends doesn't have like a story mode. You have to look up the story through each character.
Mm-hmm.
This actually gives you a story of part of the world.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, Arcane is phenomenal. Fuck, I'm gonna
So, I wanted to bring this up because I think it's important
because you're gay?
to.
It's not you, Darby.
Certainly not, but but because it's important to this community that we share this and let the world know what's going on. So apparently, Netflix did a documentary, and they used YouTube content, and now they are striking people whose content it was because they're claiming it as Netflix content. Now, I find this utterly atrocious.
It's egregious.
Like what are your thoughts about big company, like big movie studios, stealing YouTubers' work and then claiming it as their own?
God, Disney does it all the time.
Well, yeah, but this is
horrible about it.
This is no different than a React channel taking a React YouTube video and not properly crediting it. In this instance, they do credit it, but now they're striking you for your own content. This is just blatant stealing. Andy Signore is a much different case than several of the other creators that have had their stuff taken, because I don't think Andy actually got paid at all for his work.
Did Ricada and all the other people get paid?
I think got paid, and DUI guy did get paid. So this is why it starts getting a little fudgy. Like, what happened here? Why is Andy getting in trouble, but yet everybody else got paid, but yet Andy Signore didn't? Andy Signore as well had the majority of his content put on there. I think that Umbrella guy had his content put on there, and he also got paid. So why not Andy?
I honestly, I don't think that's so much just a Netflix thing. I don't know if y'all watch football or anything like that, but I knew that when Hard Knocks came out and they're doing this on the New York Jets, they were crediting a reporter with breaking the news that Aaron Rodgers said that he wanted to be traded to the Jets from the Packers. But the thing is, there's a guy named Pat McAfee who has Aaron Rodgers on a show every Tuesday, and he broke the story. And so when this other show comes out, they're like, "Oh, we're going to give it to credit this other guy for doing it." So I don't think it's just a Netflix thing. I think that these big name production companies like Netflix and HBO Max, I think they're all doing it. It sucks.
And I don't know how many of these people actually knew like the documentary was coming out, because in order to stop your stuff from getting used, you have to enforce your copyright. So they had their stuff essentially taken. Some of them were paid. Some of them looks like they weren't paid. And now they can't enforce their copyright. And even trying to enforce it now, Nick Ricada, I don't even think has the money to enforce the copyright against Netflix.
So basically, they did it because nobody can fight against it.
Yeah, because it'll take you 50 grand to take them and go to trial. To what? Get how much out of them? And they have big priced attorneys that will lock it up for years.
It's not financially viable.
Could you put in like a claim or a copyright on their YouTube channel for Netflix?
I don't think so, because Netflix Netflix is in one of those protected area. And then when it comes to like this, the actual documentary that's on Netflix, you don't. And people fail to realize this. You can't cross-platform copyright claim easily. You actually have to start doing. I don't think you can. You can't like cross-platform copyright claim easily. Like on YouTube, if I start playing somebody's content on YouTube and it's a YouTube video, they can copyright claim me easily. Or copyright strike. I need to remember the difference between the two. But when somebody's doing it on like Twitch, it's harder to do it. It's harder to get that
Really?
across. Yeah.
Hmm.
So then
I did
now
not know
you're
that.
now you're implying you got Netflix here taking YouTuber content. That's even harder, and that is going to have to be a lawsuit. So
It has to be, yeah.
but I don't know if it's actually going to go anywhere. It is a shitty thing to do. I still need to watch the documentary because I want to watch Nick Rekieta on Netflix.
I mean, the weird thing also, like I saw in the comments on there, for someone was saying that they didn't have Johnny Depp or Amber Heard on there because they didn't want to get like experts or witnesses.
I think the idea was, when I saw the trailer, the documentary was about the trial that captured the nation, captured internet, captured culture. That was the idea. It wasn't about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. It was about the trial in itself.
I guess it was weird. It's like whenever we watch a documentary, we can't wait to hear the expert tell us what was happening behind the scenes. You're like, we took out experts, but we took YouTubers that were experts in the field of law that were live streaming it.
They didn't even ask those experts though, because they have experts in the documentary. Like we can't put the trailer because we'll get claimed, but they have experts there that know technology and stuff like that, and being an internet celebrity and stuff. But they didn't actually ask the YouTubers. They just took their content.
Sorry.
So they didn't talk. They wanted to do like the culture around it, but you could have asked the actual people. Like Nick Rekieta if you're big enough, Nick Rekieta ain't that hard to reach.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of these guys aren't that hard to reach.
Okay.
You just need to be big enough and know how to get a hold of them.
You're like 7 feet tall, man.
No. I am hard. I'm easy to reach.
How tall are you, Demi?
6'5".
Oh, okay. I'm 6. So.
Oh, you're not a manlet. It's okay.
No.
You are a twink.
Girls always say, right, 6 foot or above. I am just 6 foot. So.
6'6" club.
No.
You guys all suck. I am not. I am 5.5 feet tall. All of you guys suck.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay, manlet.
That's a good one.
Listen, I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. Difference between 5'11" and 6
You do
feet
look like a Fed today, man.
I always look like a Fed now. Listen, these glasses cost $600. I'm wearing
here
them.
we go again.
How much? Like,
so sorry,
bro,
Devil,
in pounds, that's not a lot. Yeah, like just.
Okay. It's not in real money. That's why.
Okay. It's in dollars.
And Devil, maybe do it. You got to bounce out early. Do you want to let people know where to find you?
Yeah, Devil Made Me Do It. Check out Nalik on the Twitter and check out Beelzehub on YouTube. Like I said, put in the name, it'll come up, and you have to hit search instead, even though it's the same damn spelling, and you'll be able to find my channel. And thanks for having me. It was fun, guys, and nice to meet you, Left Eye. It was awesome, dude.
Take care, bro.
Yep.
Bye.
Love
you.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Love you.
So while we have a little bit of a second, I did want to cover this topic before we bounced. Apparently, Elon Musk is thinking about getting rid of the block feature on Twitter, and I know it's caused a lot of controversy.
Yeah.
So what are your guys' thoughts on this?
I'm going to be the controversial one here, right? I never, right? If you read all of his replies, he's replying to a certain comment, right? That it's only like one little reply that all the media seem to focus on. Like, if they read the thing in its entirety, and I kind of agree with the sentiment. There's no point in having like a mute and a block. They both essentially do the same thing, essentially. So what's the point of having one and the other? And it's just like maybe he needs to remove one or rework it, essentially.
I think it just sounds cooler to say you block somebody. I mean,
he did get community noted. Geeks and Gamers actually brought this up on their Twitter account, I think yesterday. Let me look that up. And basically, he can't do it. He has to keep the whole.
He has to have some kind of block feature. Yeah.
Here it is.
For it to be on App Store or Google Store.
Let me present it. Like every platform has it. So if you share my screen, Elon Musk can't do this. The feature to block someone on the site is required as a social media app to be allowed on App Store and the Google Play Store. So,
yeah, and see what he's there replying to. Is there a reason to block versus mute someone? And there's there's a conversation there, and people just like to focus on the phrase and get angry over that. So I don't think it's as controversial as people are making out it to be. I don't think so. Maybe just rename the block feature to something else. I don't know. If you need
I like
it,
saying I blocked you though, because I did block you.
I mean, I'll be honest. I do block people if they are clearly unstable. Just because I don't want to deal with that.
I've been reading that people block advertisers a lot.
Yeah,
and
I think that
might be a reason why.
I was speaking to Skirmitar, and he was saying that's why he's trying to remove that function so people can't block the companies.
Well, I mean, I blocked the bot accounts that somehow they quit showing up, and now they're showing up again. It's like, God damn it!
Yeah, I tried to report them, and then the problem. So
well, it's
a little hassle.
It's usually an account that was made a month ago. It's of an attractive woman, and it's like, nah, I know you're a fake. You only have like 2 tweets.
Yeah, I'm getting those too. That's weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's funny because you'll see a lot of people in the community use those tweets to kind of generate more tweets, like outrage. And people will be like, this small account said this. And I'm like, hey, whatever. Nobody cares. Move on to the different account.
Have you guys ever checked how many people have blocked you on Twitter?
No,
I didn't know that was possible.
There is a website. Okay. There is a website
who has me blocked. But I only know of 2 people that have had me blocked, and I wear those with pride.
Apparently, right? I think this website is kind of BS. Looking at it, but apparently 240 people have me blocked.
Does it
specify who it is?
No, it doesn't specify. It just gives you a number, and it just tells you how annoying you've been. Essentially,
how do you find that?
Just type into Google how many people have blocked me, and it should come up. I can't remember the exact. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
I don't trust it too much. I don't think it's entirely accurate.
How to check your block on Twitter, but
I'm checking right now.
Blockzilla.
Where is it? Where is it? Damn it!
I don't want Blockzilla. That's how.
Let's check. Oh, there we go. Found it. I'll send it now.
All right, cool. Because that will be interesting to see.
I want to know. I want to know this live.
It would be better if they told you who specifically has blocked you.
Okay, I'll put it in the chat. So. You do have to log into it. So I wouldn't entirely trust it. But I was
I'm not logging into anything. I'm not exposing my Twitter to that.
Yeah,
plenty of
that looks like Chicom stuff. I ain't. Fuck you.
It is shady.
Hard drive.
I'm like, it's all in the Twitter account.
That's right. Not today, Tatiana.
I was curious. All right, so I'll probably get hacked in the morning. You
find out people have blocked you.
Well, you can.
And True Pop, if you actually send me your credit card, both front and back, I can actually give you $10,000.
It's only my Twitter account, shit post. It's
hey, True Pop. Listen, Rox is asking for your credit card, but I don't need that. All I need is your social security number and your mother's maiden name.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And I can guarantee you
spell that.
And the childhood street you grew up on.
Yes, and I can get you a prince to come by and give you a bunch of money.
Okay, yeah, sure. Are you the Arabian prince that I've been getting emails about?
I mean, technically, I did live in the Middle East, so yes.
There is not a slick of royal blood in your veins. How dare you, Sips?
True Pop, there are a bunch of hot singles in your area that are down to.
Oh my God, really?
Those as well.
I had no idea. Here in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in the UK. And no, I refuse to believe this.
So we have a little bit of breaking news, sadly.
You're gay.
One of our favorite dogs.
Mother.
And it's not working again. Give me 1 sec.
Let me open it.
Moz is our
I've
favorite
reacted
mutt
to
dog.
Cheems.
Yep.
Let me pull it up. No, that's Chainsaw Man. JS Pena.
Aw.
Cheese has passed away.
No!
That's
Doggo!
nice.
No!
Press F to pay respects. Chat. Press F to
Hmm.
pay respects.
Farewell, my friend. Doggo.
That sucks.
So let us
Yeah, he was a good
all
voice.
thank the beautiful dog for the memes.
Actually, I had 2 Shiba Inus at one point in my life.
Hmm.
Neither of them were the darker cinnamon. I had a like a white cinnamon, and then I had a black and tan Shiba.
Mhm.
They're pretty much cats when it comes to personality.
F's in the chat for the puppo. Exactly.
You gotta
F.
fucking kidding me right now.
That's very, very
I'm just gonna
sad.
post this
Sorry
on-
about that. I just wanted to give some
This is
some
Elon Musk
love to
crushed.
I'm posting something in a private chat. Don't bring it up on
How-
stream, but you gotta be fucking kidding me.
There goes my Dogecoin.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I think Dogecoin's gonna go up.
Up. Oh, down.
Up,
Okay. interesting.
down.
Yeah,
Up,
go
down.
up.
Yeah,
I guess,
be serious.
Let's all take the time to remember on how many times we've used the doggo in certain memes and reactions, and he was a good doggo. I knew nothing about him till this day, but he was a good
Yeah,
doggo.
as memers, obviously this subject does
To strike
touch
a
us.
chord.
Yeah.
It's almost as sad as when the laughing Mexican guy passed away.
Mhm.
His laugh was glorious.
Yes, his laugh was glorious. It was amazing.
Mhm.
Definitely not overused at all.
The fact that no one could speak Spanish and added subtitles is so it's only a meme for like those who don't speak Spanish.
No, it was a perfect meme. It was a wonderful meme.
Okay.
And his laugh
Only
was amazing.
guessed on that meme.
That is a laugh up there with like the black guys going like, "Go!"
I personally prefer the. Now this is the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
That one was pretty funny. Yeah,
I still like the.
I think
this
that
moment
one.
He realized he fucked up.
I can't remember what movie it's from though. That's the bad thing. I know I've seen that movie. I just can't remember what it's from.
I can't either. Actually, I'm trying to remember that too.
I need a nap.
We've only got.
So I want to make sure.
You can tough it through.
Okay.
Gird your back. Gird your back, Taco.
So I just want to make sure everybody gets a proper outro. So what we're gonna do is we start off with CJP. You have any projects coming up? Any channels for them to follow?
Yes, like I said, you can follow my main channel and Forgotten One Music. I also do have a meme channel that I haven't posted on anything in a little while, which I need to get back into it. CJP Memes Presents. You can also follow me on the place to be reviews. I'm on Etep Queen's channel, usually Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. We don't have a show tonight, but we'll be having another show next Saturday. I do have the Forgotten One cast next Thursday at 7 Central with Etep Kuyan. And like I said, we're going to be talking John Carpenter. And then the next week, we're going to try take 2 with Flawed, because that didn't work out too well the first time.
What happened the first time?
Well, one, he never responded back to me because he was doing videos and just kind of lost track of time. And then OBS, StreamYards, and YouTube and Rumble all decided to crash at the same time for me. It was fun.
Flawed's on black people time. You just got to go with the flow.
True Pop.
Racism.
You got anything coming up?
Well, I'd just like to show the fact that I am going to be indeed at the London meetup. I don't think I've been to London before, so I've passed through it, but never been actually explored it. But
just be careful. Go to the nice areas. Go to the tourist areas. That way you don't get stabbed.
Stay away from the graffiti, and
Yeah.
Hey, they don't have
somebody
license
asks
for
you,
those.
Do you have the time? Be like, I don't have a watch or a phone, and walk away.
If you have a homeless man walk up to you crying about, please give me food, just ignore him and walk away.
Yeah. I'll just put my headphones on.
That
he's
did
not
happen
there.
to me in Houston.
Hey, there's a lot of homeless people near a big town where I live, and it's just you just ignore them. They're not there.
I saw a couple of
just same approach. Yeah. So I'll probably be wearing the Spider-Man logo here. So
is he gonna have a cum stain?
what?
Is he gonna have
No.
cum stains?
Why? Okay. Why do you have to go there to my old?
Because you're
logo?
cum Spider-Man.
Jizzy Spider-Man.
Yeah, sure. All right, you guys. It was the final chapter, iconic image of him lifting the rubble against the water, and just because it looks a little like you guys just.
It looks a
You
little
guys have
bit
no
like a
taste. Like
bucket of
seriously,
cum.
Like it. Looks a lot
sure.
like
Yeah.
That was a spider bukkake.
Okay.
Cell Shade, I am not going to Canada.
Canada is a third world country. Why the hell would I ever go up there? They ask you. The government asks you to kill yourself.
Tom McDonald might go. He's Canadian. Yeah, I also will be at the FNT meetup as well. So look out for the ginger Jesus-looking guy standing next to the Justin
Ginger
Bieber
meth
lookalike.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'll be the guy next to the Justin Bieber lookalike in the Spider-Man t-shirt. And yeah, you can find me at Art by Kenzo on YouTube and on the X, Twitters, whatever it's called. And they'll be posting some artwork and animation and stuff. Yeah, and it's been a great stream, guys. It's been nice to actually meet Left Eye Ego in person, and good to have the prodigal son Dermy back with us.
I am the prodigal son.
You and True Pop could actually form a duo and it'd be like Beebs and Buds.
Me and True Pop or them and True Pop?
No, True Pop and Kenzo.
The Brits.
Oh, just because we live in the UK. Oh, okay.
Because you'll be together, you might as well make a comedic duo.
The British invasion.
Yeah,
that's right. Well, America's invading now, so and the Middle East.
Dermy, you got anything coming up?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do something nice. Check out Vets Talking Tonight, where Adam Soldier Spirit, Gay Adam, whatever you want to call him, GI Adam, whatever. He's celebrating 10K subscribers.
Legend.
Oh, we don't have anybody with the clapping power. So. There we go. Thank you, CJP. 10K subscribers.
Oh, okay.
He is going to have
clapping.
Jed the Hollywood Scholar on. He's going to have X-Wing coming back on. And the lovable, joyous, drunk 3PO, who I am taller than. It was going to be a fun night. Probably a lot of drinking, a lot of laughs. Then check out my channel, Dermy Wormy. I'm trying to get one video out a day. I'm trying. We do have Late Night Mayhem, then Ballbusters every Friday. Come check us out. We had Comics Division on last time, and next week we got Lofty coming on. So it's always a fun time with Lofty. Who knows what's going to happen?
Make sure to clip the shit out of that show.
There's more than likely a debate will happen unintentionally because it's
the name to Twinkamax.
Yeah. Hey, Devil's making the thumbnail, so it's all up to him.
Oh, okay.
And Left Eye Ego, do you want to let the people know where they can find you? What videos you have planning or are planning on putting on the channel?
Definitely. So first things first, my wife Shiro and I are going to be on for another episode of Ordinary Games. We basically just talk about our lives as a married couple, and also basically we react to relationship videos too, which is hilarious. Last week we did a video on interracial dating because, you know, she's white, I'm black, so it's its own thing that we talked about on that one. But the next video that I'll be doing that's probably going to be going up is the one for the Blue Beetle movie review. And I think after that, we're going to kind of pivot back to a true crime podcast episode with some of the buddies from the network that I have. So look out for both of those coming up soon.
Awesome, man. I'm going to dig deeper into the your content because I did watch, a lot of the DC stuff, but I'll I'll definitely check out more. And maybe because I know Flawed was getting into the DC animated universe, so if he's watched something, I'd love to maybe do a show with the three of you. And
Dude, a DC animated stream, I'm in.
Yeah, sweet. All right, True Pop, I'll keep you appraised. And I am Superman. If you wasn't scared of Green Rocks, leader, creator, and founder of the Legion of Memers. Thank you so much for coming today. Please make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and if you liked any clips, feel free to clip it and put it on any platform and tag us, because I love seeing interacting with you guys. Also, next week we are doing our first year stream. It is going to be big. So expect to see some guests that were on previously and some guests who haven't been on to show up, and we're going to play games and have fun and just enjoy the community we're all around. I'm sorry?
I'll get drunk.
It's going to be bananas.
Not that early in the morning, hopefully.
I'm an alcoholic. Shut up. I've been drinking on this stream multiple times.
Thank
you all for watching. We will see you next week. And be sure to laugh, create, and have fun. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Love you all. Back taco.
I should really remember to use the mute button when it jumps to this. I just have no idea what I'm doing. Thank you to the channel members. You guys are great. Without else, just thank you.